All good. I've got control. Morning, guys. Hope everyone's enjoying the webinar so far and having a nice look at these lovely places. I've got two hotels to show you in Singapore, which if you've got clients heading to any of these lovely places, they can have a stopover in a place that has quite a lot of variety depending on where you stay. So I actually represent Far East Hospitality, who own and operate 15 going on 16 hotels in Singapore, all in the different districts that cater to different demographics and markets. And the two that I'm going to show you today are in similar locations, but do offer a different theme and a different sort of aspect as to who they can accommodate. They both fall under the Rendezvous collection of Far East Hospitality. The easiest way to remember the two of them is one is just called the Rendezvous. The first one I'm going to talk to you about is called the Orchard Rendezvous, and Orchard is in the name because it is near the Botanical Gardens. Both of them are on either end of Orchard Road, which is a huge 1.2 mile stretch of road that is just end-to-end shopping centres, restaurants, cafes, bars, cinema complexes and stuff like that. But we're a 2-minute walk away from Orchard MRT station, which is 2 stops away from Dobby Gaunt, which is a big central station that has a huge interchange where you can go off to Changi Airport if you need to fly out. You can go to the harbour front, go and see Marina Bay, or you can even go down to Sentosa Island if you want to go and see Universal Studios or the beaches there as well. So in terms of location, very convenient. The Orchard Rendezvous was actually built in the 1960s. So of a lot of hotels in Singapore, you'll find that space is sometimes a bit of a rarity, but because this was built in the 60s, the rooms here are quite big. So it was refurbished in 2018 as well. So though it has that history, it is still very modern. It's been retouched since as well. The F&B for the hotel is all in the lobby area. It changes quite frequently sometimes because we have so many different outlets. We've got our own cafe and bar area, but it's also connected to about 7 different outlets that do different styles. We've got a steakhouse, Japanese food, Chinese food, buffet room as well and stuff like that. But your choice there changes a little bit, and maybe one of them goes once a year and then another one appears. So it's always something to keep an eye on the Orchard Rendezvous website, and it's sometimes hard for me to keep up, especially with the pandemic going on. One of the key benefits of this hotel as well is that of the many Far East Hospitality hotels we have on the mainland of Singapore, this one has the largest pool area. So there's a saying in Singapore, whether rain or by sweat, you're bound to get wet, because it can get very, very hot. Or it can chuck it down. But in the sunny weather, you've got a huge pool deck here with a bar as well, with, I believe it was Stella for lager on tap, and we also have a cider on tap as well. But you've got a selection of bottles and cans. You can get a gin and tonic and stuff like that, and enjoy the sunshine. So that area actually goes out onto an external gym. It's in its own little sort of room with your basic equipment, cardio machines, a few cables, and a few light weights. All of Far East Hospitality's hotels tend to have a club room. So if you are in a club category room and higher, you have access to this sort of club area, which will have a private breakfast in the mornings. And then between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the evening, there'll be complimentary canapes and cocktails as well. So you've got a private breakfast in the mornings and a private bar area if you want to go and have a drink and a bite to eat before heading out. Again, this is just an example of some of the room categories. Even from the entry level, they are quite spacious, more sort of aimed towards like a Western style hotel, lots of space. But the key thing about this being built in the 60s that I want to talk about is the family rooms. The family rooms are huge. We do also have interconnecting rooms if you want privacy, but the key aspect to this is the fact that we can fit bunk beds as well as the king size bed, and we also have rooms that have a full stretch of 2 single beds and a king size bed as well. So the Orchard Rendezvous is very ideal for families. On the opposite side of Orchard Road, if you want to stay in the arts and cultural district of Singapore, the Rendezvous is where you want to be. And this one is like the surrounding area is very similar to the design of the exterior of the building as well. You're surrounded by art galleries and museums, and we're on the opposite end of Orchard Road there. As you come out of the hotel, the MRT station that is directly in front of the sort of entryway is Ben Coolen MRT station. It's literally a 10-second walk down the stairs, and you're one stop away from Dobbiegon. Again, that central MRT station that has this huge interchange. Because it is in the Arts and Heritage District, we also have a lot of artwork in and around the hotel as well. These things also change every 2 to 3 years. They'll get new designs from local artists, and they'll work with the local art galleries to get pieces in to the hotel as well. On the ground floor, we also have the lobby lounge, which is a nice place to just go and read a book. We also do beer there. We've got cocktails as well, and is a decent place to start a night out before you head out and get more drinks. And then on the same floor, we do also have Straits Cafe, which is you'll do your breakfast in the mornings, buffet breakfast, and all-day dining with a choice of a la carte and menu as well. Again, as I said before, we also have the club lounges. When you have the club room categories or higher, you've got that place again for private breakfasts in the morning. It's nice and quiet, as well as complimentary cocktails and canapes between 6 and 8 p.m. as well. We also have a gym that looks out over to our pool, which is designed to look almost a bit like a Balinese style pool area. And that's encompassed by the whole building, so it is very quiet when you are there. But you don't get as much sunshine as you would do in the Orchard Rendezvous. And again, this is an example of the room categories. Not as big as the Orchard Rendezvous, but sort of a little bit more Western looking, but we also have rooms that are designed with Peranakan styles, which is that combination of Malay, Chinese artworks that we've got, and they're designed by local artists as well. And then we also have our club rooms, whether they be like studio style or separate living spaces to the bedrooms as well. They head up towards about 54 square meters of space. So if you've got someone that requires a larger living area, we can accommodate. And those are just a quick example of the two Rendezvous hotels. You've got the websites there, but you also have my Far East email address, but I will also put in the chat my actual Canopy email address as well, which is easier to just to get in touch with me anytime. So yeah, thank you.